Hello, welcome to Silent Hunter 5. We are currently aboard a Type 7C U-boat. The year is 1939, I believe it is the... let's see... 25th of the 10th. What is... I don't know. That's October. Yeah, that's October. It is still the same day, but now... How do I get out of this? There we go. But now it is light out, so I thought we may as well have a little look at the submarine. I also was time compressing, fast forward traveling basically, like fast traveling, when the weather is not that great. Probably not going to be sinking much in this. It makes it really hard to actually line up anything with the waves being this in this state. This is sadly not uncommon for the Atlantic, but the time compression slowed down, which usually means there's a ship nearby that we, I guess, can't detect. Unless you guys see something that I don't. Just scanning the horizon really quickly. The way we detect this, well actually before we try to do that, let's have a look at what this bad boy looks like. Let me just check the controls because there is a, there we go, external camera. This is the Type 7C with a deck gun at the front. I don't remember telling people to man the deck gun in these waves because that seems like it would be kind of cold and wet. We've got two flak guns, or like anti-air guns. I don't know if they're flak guns, but they do fire some sort of explosive, I believe. And like explosive ammunition, and then you've got our logo there, the Kraken, and the U-boat itself from below. It's kind of a beautiful thing. The Type 7s are really cool machines. How do we get out of this? There we go. And now that we've seen it, we're going to dive. Because, since we heard something, but we don't exactly know where it is, we need to figure out where it is, and the best way to do that is to... Or, we didn't hear something, sorry, we thought we knew... Oh my god! We think we know that there's someone around, but we don't know exactly where. So, the best way to do that is to... slow down. We want the engine... off when we do this, but it is to listen on the hydrophone. So, we are going to dive. First, before we dive, we need to get the depth of the keel. We don't want to know how deep it is. So we're going to send a sonar ping down to the bottom, the surface, or the sea bottom. And the amount of time it takes for it to reach us back will tell us it is 43 meters under keel. More than enough, I believe. Periscope. Let's go to periscope depth, actually. Periscope depth, I believe, is like 15 meters, something like that. Might even be less. Now we just have to wait. I'm pretty sure that's a bug because they're not meant to be up there while we while we dive. You can see the whole boat is pitching a little bit forwards as the engines keep going, as the ballast tanks are filling at the front and blowing at the back, I believe. I think maybe they're just filling them in general. But yeah, there we go. We are sinking. We may not have to sink much, honestly, to hear well with the hydrophone. You want to be at specific levels on the like depth levels, where I believe they're called thermal layers, where sound is or isn't reflected. So if you get to a specific spot, specific thermal layer, sound actually gets reflected upwards. It's weird because it's so cold down there compared to how it is further up in the sea, and that can make it hard to hear anything down there. That also allows you to like actually just slip away from ships, if like destroyers, for example, if you're being hunted, and especially allows you to defend against sonar because the sonar doesn't penetrate that thermal layer, as it's called. But I forget how far down that is. We'll have to figure that out as we go. 11 meters. We're still diving. You can see every now and then the conning tower, or the bridge, or whatever you want to call it, pierces the waves, and that's not great. Let's speed up a little bit until we dive. It seems we're holding at 11 meters. Let's manually ask them for something deeper. Let's ask for... I'm holding control right now, by the way. Let's ask for... We have 43 meters to work with, right? Let's ask for 20. Oh, you see now? The entire thing, like, sort of shifts forwards. Man, submarines are so cool. That's the depth meter. Tiefenmesser. That means depth measurement, or measurer. Oh, yeah. This thing makes some spooky sounds when you're under the ocean. You can see our heading, or like our rudder position. Right now it's positioned forwards. And what is that? That's the time of day right now. It's 9 in the morning. Speed, langsame Fahrt, meaning slow speed. Kleine Fahrt, meaning little speed. Halbe Fahrt, meaning half speed. Große Fahrt, meaning big speed. And I think that's Ausklare Fahrt, something like that, meaning flag speed. But we are now pretty deep. We can cut the engines. And as the the propeller comes to halt, we will be able to hear. We have a dead zone at 180 degrees, I believe, directly behind us, where we can't hear anything. However, all around us we can hear. Usually I keep the audio on the game a bit higher. And the reason for that being that I need to be able to hear things on this. Every now and then you hear these weird sounds, they're not actually something we're listening for. I'm rotating this right now with my mouse wheel. Speaking softly so that I can hear. I'm also looking up here because it'll show up there if I'm on something and we can identify it easily. You can turn that off, I believe. But I do have it on right now. Most of my settings are on pretty realistic. But no, I don't hear anything. Strange. Might have been a message that we received that caused us to fall out of time compression. Well, I'm going to lie down and read my manual on how to do this, and then it looks like that's what it is, and then, or it might be like a journal. And he's going to stare at me menacingly while we travel the last leg of the journey towards the British coast. See you then. It did not take long. I won't be doing this every time we have a contact, but we have smoke spotted on the horizon. It has been something like 15 or 30 minutes since we lay down to rest, and we have already spotted something. Now, it seems from the map contact that the course heading for this this thing, it was at 335 degrees by 3-4. That means 334. So they are at... Let me get this guy up because he's got the heading there. 334. It should be this way. It's smoke on the horizon, so it doesn't tell us much. And it's actually really hard to see in this this terrible weather. You know what? Let's alter our course and head directly for them. We won't try to plot an intercept until we know sort of what they are. 354, they should be dead ahead. It's most definitely something small, and the heading is... So, let's see. It seems as if they're heading something like this. So they could be neutral, they could be from the Netherlands, or they could be French. Which is why we should probably check it out. But if they are French, they are going extremely dangerously close to German aircraft coverage. So I don't think they would be. I think we are chasing a neutral right now. Well, I'll let you know when we get there. Be right back. So as it turns out, it's not just one ship, it's many. So I've probably spotted 3 of them. Now they are at 358. Which is somewhere directly ahead of us. Though again, all the surf and everything, it makes it absolutely hell to see anything. Oh, there they are. Never mind. Wait, why do I do... I can see them directly with my eyes. So they are... Those are red flags. Wait, are those German? In any case, they look too small to be armed. So let's head straight for them. They have red flags, which would indicate that they are either friendly or enemy. And not neutral, because no, it looks like it's got a white circle in the middle. Wait, what kind of German shipping is coming from over here at this time in the war? Some very, very brave people. Let's have a closer look. They haven't done anything, like, they haven't assumed any evasive maneuvers, so, what's going on there with the water, the wake? But yeah, the lack of evasive maneuvers makes me think that they are friendly. They do look like, red flags with a white circle and a swastika on them. Yes, indeed. They definitely are. That one on the front there looks like a small trawler. Definitely a German merchant marine ship. Well, in that case, we'll let them go and return when something else interesting happens. Guten Tag, assholes! There they are. Have a pleasant journey to Nazi land. Wish you good luck. So, small change of plans. Earlier when I said I was heading on towards the British coast, I didn't specify which coast, and originally I had planned on raiding the eastern coast here because it's close to port of resupplying, and that's convenient. However, I had a little look at my beautiful laminated shipping chart here, which you can bring up this menu, by the way, by hitting E on your keyboard. But this beautiful laminated shipping chart not only shows us danger zones in terms of air coverage. Currently, the air coverage for the British is something like this, which means we should stay like far away from that. But it also shows us shipping lines, and as you can see, there aren't that many shipping lines that go into the North Sea here. They go up towards what we in Norway call the Norwegian Sea. And those are going to the Soviet Union, I believe. Which we're not necessarily... we're not at war with the Soviet Union yet, so we're not necessarily looking to hinder their shipping, and I don't know how much of that shipping is actually going to fly under the flag of the United Kingdom or France. However, a lot of it in this region will fly under the flag of the United Kingdom. There's a lot of shipping to be sunk over here, and I did manage to penetrate deep into a convoy here earlier during this patrol, not on this this leg of the patrol, of course, since we started this as I started recording, but while I was relearning the ropes, for this Let's Play, I went out there and sank a bunch of ships. I don't know if the... Yeah, we've sunk a total of 50k merchant tonnage. Ship sunk 12. While, you can see torpedo missed here. While... Like before I started recording. So, we are going to try to get around the United Kingdom, which means we need to be a little bit fuel efficient. I'm going to plan our route, and I think I'm going to plan it so that we... Now this area is a little bit scary, so I might actually try to circumvent it. Go up like this. Like so. And then wreak havoc over in this region. I think that should be good, right? Yeah. Now we can ask our good friend, the navigator, to tell us how much, or how many kilometers until the end of the journey, and how much. Let's see. Maximum range is current speed. How much range we can travel. He has to do some calculations. And I think it's not him. I mean, it might be the engine man who tells us. Tells us the. Oh, it's gonna get loud. But who tells us how far we can go? Oh, never mind. Man, the seas are so rough. Look, we're practically going sideways. Could you repeat that? Maximum range of current speed is 13,590 kilometers. That is pretty good. We should be fine. Though, for good measure, we're going to slow down. This will use less fuel. We'll be going on fuel efficiency mode, and I'll talk to you guys later when something's going on. As it so happens, in the little passage between the Faroe Islands and Scotland, we have spotted something. Way off in the distance here. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. And it's coming more or less directly for us. It's going to pass right in front of us, possibly really close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wait, and we're going to confirm on the hydrophone that it's alone. There's nothing else in the area, because if there's a destroyer nearby, it's going to respond if we sink something, and that could be disastrous. Well, I mean, we're still going to try to sink it. Even if there is a destroyer, we'll just have to prepare for it to come. I've got the clock up, just because I might be estimating the speed soon. It's still really windy. I wonder if it's still going to be windy once we're below the ocean. Since it's still windy down here. I can't actually hear anything. Because there's winds. Oh, it's annoying. Game is quite buggy. Yeah, it should be like somewhere off to our right side here. But I'm not hearing it. For obvious reasons. Might be since we're not submerged, I don't know. But yeah, this is it. Report position status, not right now. U-boat command. Okay, now the sonar man has it. Let's pop up on... Oh, sorry, we're going the wrong way. Let's pop up on the observational periscope. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with. He should be off our right. Or she, rather. It is a ship after all. We probably won't be able to see much with the seas being in this state. Oh my god. At least the moon is up so you can see, but and it is in the early morning. So visibility would be good were it not for the sea. Trying to raise the periscope as much as I can. There he is. We have eyes, but it's not showing up on the map. A little bit annoying, especially for speed reasons, like calculating speed. Very good. He's going to be passing ahead of us. He's going really slowly. You know what? Let's go dex awash so I can have a visual on the map and I can estimate speed that way. But I'm going to guess he's going 8 knots. Let's have a look. So the way we estimate speed, make a marker, hit the clock, and we let the clock run for 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and then we do a range estimate between the marks and divide the number of meters by 100, and we have the knots. Or is it 10? I think it's 100. Yeah, it's 100. And then we have the knots. Yeah, 10 wouldn't make any sense, because then we would have a ship running 80 knots after having traveled 800 meters. So you can see on the smaller clock here, you can sort of tell the amount of minutes that have passed. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and all that. Once it's at the halfway mark there, that's 2.5 minutes. Once it's like a little bit past that, we'll have the 3 minutes. And here, once it hits 3 there, we will have our speed. Oh, whoops. It escaped to get out of there. Let's see. Now let's draw a range between those. Yeah, 8 knots. I was dead on. So we have a Fredda, a merchant running 8 knots. Let's try to draw an imperfect heading. It's going to be imperfect because we don't have many marks to go off of. It's not the worst though. So it's going to be going something like that, and we are currently how far away from that heading? We are something like 2,200 meters. Not bad. That's well within torpedo range, I believe. But we could get a little bit closer just to make it easier. Let's get out of decks awash, I think. We are, I think, at a pretty good angle. Let's go periscope. And let's wait until it's close enough for us to get a proper read. So I didn't see any lights. And no lights is good. No lights means that the target is running dark. And if it's running dark, we are free to fire even if it is neutral. I love when the periscope races when you're underwater. It's so cool. Or extends, or whatever you want to call it. So he should be off our right by something like... not 45 degrees, like 70 degrees maybe? Yep, 70 degrees, 70 to 78, or 70 to 80. I see red. I don't see any lights still. I believe we have a target. Now, U-boat command also told me that we are free to fire on liners that travel in convoys. This doesn't look like a liner because of the 2 large masts. This looks like a freighter. Liners tend to not have the big masts like that, at least from what I've seen. And yeah, we wouldn't be clear to fire on this if it was a liner, because he's not in a convoy. Well, I'll return to you once we're closer. Alright, time to plug our stuff into the targeting computer. We're set at an angle of bow of 90 degrees on the starboard side. That's incorrect. He's on or we are on his port side since he's going to our left. And the bearing should be 0. We're going to fire whenever he's at the 0 degrees mark there. We could fire at any other spot. It might even be better to fire at like 60 degrees or something like that. Or, sorry, 50 degrees. Since the torpedo will have a more direct hit at a 90-degree angle. But this is the, like the pistol shot, I think. Or not a pistol shot, that's when you set a torpedo to the pistol mode, but this is like a oh, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a specific type of torpedo attack pattern that's perhaps the simplest one for newbies to learn, so it's a good one to show in the early parts of the playthrough, so that people who are playing this game and watching along who don't necessarily know exactly how to play it, or who want to try to play it, know a way to easily attack lone ships. So, bearing 90, port 90, or bearing 0, sorry, means dead ahead. Range, we don't exactly know. Speed is at 8 knots, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, actually, that's not correct. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it is. Yeah, 8. And let's see. Range, we are drifting a little bit because I gave us a little boost just to get us a little bit closer. So now at 8,000 or 1,850. Let's boost a little bit more. Kleine Fahrt. We will keep drifting, by the way, once we turn off the engine. That also does help keep us straight, though, which is important. Otherwise, the seas will start to make us drift. We don't want to drift, of course, while we're on the way to one of these types of shots, because then we have to do some new calculations and stuff. Let's draw up some range markers, just to let me tell at a glance if I am at a hurry. Always a good thing to do when you're prepping. Looks like we're going to be firing at 1,550. Should be good enough, I think. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? There you at. Oh yeah, that's a British one. It's not that big, but I'll take it. I'm gonna keep my periscope a little bit low, because we're very close. Tubes are flooded. Depth 2 meters. Should be fine. Pistol. Impact. We're not meant to use magnets. Apparently there have been malfunctions with that. Speed. Slow. Yeah. And now we wait. You know what? Let's adjust the range down a little bit. Since we're actually past the 1,500 mark. Since these are bow torpedoes. It's quite small. Probably not even worth using the torpedo, but I'm doing it just to show it off. Alright. Moment of truth. Oh my god. There we go. This may not work. The torpedo is on the right course. No, it's gonna be slow, I think. It's gonna be off. Oh, maybe not. I had the periscope a little bit too far back, but it's gonna work, I think. Oh no, you don't do this to me. No way, well, it's gonna blow up. Please. There you have it. Perfect. And now we leave. Plot a new course. Standard speed ahead. No reason for us to worry yet. I'm not going to try to listen for anything yet because I've got this annoying wind. I'm going to reload the save before we do that. But that went pretty well. Anyhow, I'd say that's a rather successful patrol, or at least a successful first video for this combat patrol. I'm going to, as I believe I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not sure if I did mention it, but I'm going to release this as a in an episodic format, where each video is an episode part of a combat patrol. So each combat patrol is technically a new series, and yeah, so you'll have patrol. This patrol will be named, and then you'll have part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to edit all this a little bit, which I don't usually do for my Let's Play content. So I hope you enjoy that. If you do enjoy these videos and you want to see more, a good way of letting me know is to, engage with the content. Comment if you have questions, tips, suggestions, and all that. And of course, if you like the video, that helps boost the video in the ratings, and that's apparently important. I've been told that, apparently. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any information you need that you need immediately, that you don't want to ask in the comments for, you can usually find it in the description down below, such as the game, my community Discord, my Twitter, my Patreon, and all that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.